Looks like things aren't so sunny. That's so random.
Sonny with a Chance is a comedy show like no other. It's not just a sitcom about a TV show, it's a TV show about a sitcom. Not only do I relate to it because Sonny is just a girl that wants to be a comedian and fit in with these LA natives, she's always optimistic, looking toward the bright side, and of course, there's not always a bright side.
Call them. Woo! Ba-bangs!
Which is where these specials come in. Yeah, Sonny with a Chance went on for 47 episodes, and 2 of those episodes, or 4 technically, were double episodes, you know, like two-parters that had a narrative that could not fit into one single episode. And the weird thing about it is these 2 episodes are right next to each other, smack dab in the middle of season 2. And honestly, I had to put this together because this show is just so good at storytelling along with comedy that you'll think these specials are really good. So I want to show you about how Sonny with a Chance branched out into the special episode category twice and did 2 successful runs. So let's dive in. And if you haven't yet, check out my Season 1 retrospective and get excited because I'm about to finish the series with my Season 2 Part 2 episode coming soon. So now we have 2 two-part episodes back to back with major story moments, something that I did not expect at all, especially considering not only is this their first 2-part episode, but it's right after another 2-part episode. It's ridiculous. Falling for the Falls is the first one, and this I consider one of the most important 2-part episodes in TV history. Because why? It's about Sonny and Chad. Of course, they kind of have this bickering going on with a lot of love tension throughout the series. It's very obvious that they're going to be paired off together by the way they bicker. It's very cute. Part 1 of this special is Sonny finding out that her mom actually likes Mackenzie Falls. Okay? Yeah, Sonny and her friends take a shot every time Mackenzie Falls says falls. Oh wait, well not a shot. You guys know what I mean. They pour water. It's ridiculous. We get Chad back to his normal hair, still confused about this concept. And the B-plot is just about every other character in So Random not being able to get done their science project because Sonny isn't done hers and they usually copy her. And yeah, this is actually coming from a pretty shallow place, their plot, which is kind of annoying. Sonny, meanwhile, is getting addicted to Mackenzie Falls, watching the show as much as possible, like with her mother.
Sweetie, you don't have homework, do you?
I do. 3 seasons worth.
And it's so funny that that is the biggest shame of her life. She doesn't want anybody to know. And so that's why she's not actually studying. And unfortunately, So Random doesn't realize that they're not gonna get their projects done either if they keep following her. Later, they start all conspiring against her, being like, dang, she's definitely got something going on behind our back. And they know it. It's Mackenzie Falls, the fact that she's watching it. So they confront her pretty quickly, and she just consistently lies and lies to try to get out of it. And this is crazy because it's all about the show up until this point, right? Sonny just likes the show.
We will talk.
But I'm tired of writing alone. Get on that horse, Mackenzie!
It's too much for her friends that she's watching the show. So she confronts Chad about what happens in the show so she doesn't have to watch it in front of them, only to realize Chad actually asks her out, says Sonny's name, and it is just thrown out there. And I kind of like how random it comes across because you don't expect it at all until the studio audience awes and you're like, oh my gosh, maybe this is a big deal. Sonny gets super nervous and it seems like she's about to reject him. But hey, it goes in the opposite direction. She actually says yes. And this point forward, everything will change. Sonny with a Chance will never be the same after Demi releases her feelings for Chad Dylan Cooper. So now they're both planning to go on this special date, something that they both secretly have been wanting, and they're a lot sweeter to each other right off the bat. And from now on, the bickering becomes a lot more flirtatious. They keep ending up in fights, so it's them teetering in and out of an actual relationship. Kind of crazy. And So Random bugs her about oh my god, what if you were with Chad? That would be kind of crazy. And she's like, oh, maybe I should tell them, and actually debates it for a second, but doesn't do it. Okay, fine. So Sonny decides she needs to call off the date because she's worried about what everybody's going to think of them, and that's going to be annoying for what's about to come. Meanwhile, Sonny and Chad get in another fight about this because Chad is like, are you more upset that we're not going on a date or that you don't get to watch Mackenzie Falls? And that turns into a whole argument with Sonny ending up getting kicked off the set set. And I don't know why, it's just so funny seeing Sonny and Chad fight like really hard one last time, because it's about to get more romantic. So Nico and Grady find out that Sonny was at Mackenzie Falls. Once again, they confront her at her house. The only difference is this time Chad actually tries to make it up to Sonny by giving her a picture of him with flowers and Mackenzie Falls. Oh my god, look at the picture of him with flowers. It's just like been taken moments before. That's so funny. And it says, "To my lady." So they actually agree they're gonna have a nice date, and it's not gonna matter as long as they could keep it a secret. That's when So Random comes in. Everybody confronts everybody, and it seems like they're screwed until
Sonny's mother is also my mother.
Demi and Chad use the tennis match as a way of hiding this entire ordeal. Like, Sonny and Chad are just collaborating on a tennis match, and that's why they've been so close together. The So Random team buys this all, and they agree to go on their date, with a quick, funny ending of them actually doing the tennis tournament. I was not seeing that coming.
Now be a gracious loser and shake Mr. Efron's hand.
That's when it brings us to the second part of the Falling for the Falls, and this one's more so about the actual date they go on. It's still a big deal that So Random doesn't know, and it has a lot to do with them hiding it.
They're watching.
Yeah, I know, act natural.
What say you, good woman? Were these apples freshly picked this fine morn?
Chad's hair is officially short. I think this is like the actual moment they kind of wanted to intend for it to be short. I don't know, but that's just me theorizing. There's a really funny bit where Grady keeps saying he knows how to read lip syncing, and it's horrible. And it's horrible in a funny way, obviously. So Random is still suspicious. Meanwhile, Sonny and Chad are getting ready for their date, and it's really cute. Like, we have a little montage of both of them not knowing what to wear, not knowing what to say.
This would be so much easier if I was a dude.
This would be so much easier if I was an average dude. Too Nika. Too Grady. Too Tawny, but very comfortable.
And So Random is out for pizza night, so they're not even going to be involved. At least that's what we think. Sonny and Chad finally get together and go out on their date, and you know what? It gets really embarrassing. Why?
Can't believe we're finally doing this.
Neither can I.
Imagine how we feel!
Because first off, So Random somehow found out and are in the limo, confronting Sonny right away. Both of them are able to push this off again, which I don't know how in the world they're able to keep excusing the fact that they're going out. I mean, well, now Sonny is just like, hey, if we bribe you, you won't talk about this, right? And start giving them stuff from the limo, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't know. And then they go on their date. Everything seems like it's gonna go great, but I don't know. They've been ending up in a lot of arguments lately, so it could go either way.
Why don't you order since you know so much about sushi?
Oh my gosh. I forgot everything I know about sushi.
Oh my gosh. I'm boring him so much he's trying to drown himself.
And it goes a funny way because Chad ends up spitting all of his water on Sonny, but not even like normally. It's like a fire hose. Like, look at this. This isn't even realistic. He's just so nervous, and it's kind of cute because it's like, oh, that's sweet. But then he runs away, and honestly, if you ran away from the date, I don't care how embarrassed you were, that's awkward. Meanwhile, it's confirmed to everybody that they actually did go on a date. It's in the front of Tween Weekly. So Random is mad at her, which I guess you guys knew this, like, this is not new information. You caught her in the limo the other day. And Chad just tries to get her back. Now it's all about their relationship, not necessarily trying to hide it anymore. They fight one last time, and Sonny is just alone and depressed, and Chad gets to woo her one last time. It just feels like Chad constantly coming to Sonny, apologizing for something rude he said a couple scenes earlier, and I don't know, his whole ego is just so sensitive because he doesn't think before he speaks, and he just always comes back anyway, so I don't know why Chad just doesn't pick up on it. He ends up proving to her that he's not ashamed to look like a fool for Sonny by putting it up on a billboard, which, yeah, have you guys ever had that? Your romantic partner putting something on a billboard? Yeah, no, because it's not reality, let alone a teen's reality. And it's sweet. They have a little nice date outside the billboard, and yeah, I feel like this episode is just really good at announcing their relationship together, having the touch and go and arguments right off the bat, so that way we can get over them. It kind of reminds me of iCarly when Freddie and Sam get together, and there's just so much complications with them, like they're always fighting. This one at least is doing it in a healthy way. You actually root for them to be together, and they still kind of keep their snappy dialogue together. So it's a good couple. I feel like this is one of the ones I like the most, but then again, I also like Chad Dylan Cooper the most, so that might be the bias.
Ah, you are one pretty man.
And that's when one we'll get to the last episode I think I'll cover on this. It's another 2-part episode, Sonny with a Secret. And if you guys have been on my channel before, I've actually covered this in small ways. This is actually one of my favorite 2-part episodes. I don't know how they had 2 back-to-back fire specials, but they really did. Sonny with a Secret was heavily promoted on Disney Channel because it just seemed like, whoa, what's going on with Sonny? And you know what? They really promised and delivered. It starts out with her at her going away party to go to Hollywood, and they give her a really ugly wig, but it does kind of bring me back to the days she had that hair. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool to think back to season 1 Sonny.
I will always have cheese in my heart. Gouda, Havarti, cheddar, and cat. Wisconsin cheese is an awesome snack.
So yeah, we find out in present day that they're celebrating her first year at So Random. She gets a cake and it threatens her, question mark? Yeah, it says Sonny is a fraud. Later they're watching on TV and everybody's like kind of upset because it's like, what could they possibly be talking about? And it turns out Tween Weekly is already reporting on this whole situation. And you can't really tell who the enemy is. Is it Tween Weekly or is it the person who sent her the cake? Either way, both of them are at Sonny's offense. We're introduced to the Tween TV reporter, who is actually a really good antagonist and just looking for the gossip.
Looks like things aren't so sunny and so random.
He's gonna come back constantly throughout this, only pushing Sonny further and further. Of course, we are introduced to Chad and Sonny dating. I like that it's just automatically a part of this. It's really sweet seeing them actually like care for one another. Like Chad is like, hey, you know, you need to get back to your high school reunion to turn in your old paper. That's sweet. Let's go do that together. Meanwhile, he's taking advice only from fortune cookies, which is kind of crazy. His co-star Penelope, he's like, hey, you and Penelope should get along since you're my 2 favorite girls and go bond shopping. And they're like, why would we do that? Because we don't like each other, have nothing in common. And then they realize that that's a perfect reason to shop together. Okay. Then in the B plot, Nico and Grady find this really rare coin that is apparently worth a lot of money. And see, that's about to come up, but you'll see. So Sonny's actually getting along with Penelope, with Tawny bothering her the whole time. Tawny's whole plot is that she's completely out of the spotlight and Sonny has taken over every mean for attention, especially here when Sonny actually is staged to have stolen a necklace. So while the Tween Weekly guy comes into the mall to interview Sonny, she gets taken away in handcuffs. And it's just funny because of course Tawny is just focused on trying to be on camera, like she just wants the attention of the reporter, which is crazy. So everything just goes insane and Marshall and Chad try to come to her defense, which is actually really sweet, like having a moment together considering they're not really in each other's worlds to begin with. And there's like this other plot where there's a cheese ball that's gonna get shot out of a cheese cannon in her hometown, and this is all going to be a part of the reunion she's going to go to. Right away, it comes up on TV that Sonny is a thief. And Sonny is like, okay, we need to take down this reporter. So now the reporter is trying to dig up even more info on Sonny, which is crazy. Nico and Grady and Sonny all come out of the trash can, along with Tawny as well, to try to defend her. Until the guy points out that the coin that Nico and Grady have been missing is actually in Sonny's pocket. So now nobody is on Sonny's side. Tawny's mad at her because of all the attention she's getting. Nico and Grady are mad because she stole the coin. And Marshall's mad because apparently she stole the Sicky Vicky sketch. Yeah, the reporter reports that on TV as if he didn't have enough to talk about already, and is just saying that there was a real girl, Vicky Sikowitz, or something that she copied off, which is downright ridiculous to me. Meanwhile, Sonny is stuck in her apartment because all these journalists want to get a quote from her, and Chad comes to her defense again, and he's just really sweet in this episode until everybody finds out that Chad's fortune cookie debacle is on the internet too. Oh my god, and Sonny's the only one who knew, so he blames her as well. Everybody is just completely against Sonny, and it's just not even this episode. It's like, I feel like so far, these 13 episodes of this season is just constant Sonny having to hide, Sonny having to get away with something, and being the most bubbly character is what makes it even more confusing for me. So we jump into the second part of Sonny with a Secret, having Tawny come over to visit Sonny, which is kind of sweet because I feel like she's the one that's been harmed the least by Sonny, so it's like fair that she's the one coming in. And she's like, we're gonna go to Wisconsin together and, you know, deliver the cheese ball, turn in your book report. It's like all these goals.
I have to find my way back to Wisconsin without paparazzi following me. And I still haven't done my book report on the grapes of wrath.
So they have to sneak out in disguises, both wearing blonde, and this only makes Tawny even more mad. In the B plot, Nico and Grady, and now Zora, she wasn't in the first part, are trying to figure out what's been going on with Sonny, how she got away with it. But more importantly, like, they kind of believe she's innocent now. They realize that the only person that's really suspicious is Tawny. Yeah, Tawny has been upset with her for hogging the spotlight for so long, so of course, there's gotta be an issue with her. And not only that, there's apparently a bomb in the cheese ball that she's been carrying around. Oh my gosh.
If we've got the real cheese ball, that means Sonny's got the
Bomb! This book is the bomb!
Meanwhile, Sonny and Tawny are on this little road trip when their car breaks down, and this guy is like helping them fix it. He's like, this is a flat tire. I don't know why, his jokes are really funny. And they cannot afford to help fix it, so they challenge him to a comedy off at this local bar. And it's actually really cool because you're bringing in the skills that Sonny actually had to get onto So Random in this moment. Not only are we looking back on the nostalgia of her like life 1 year before she like had to go to So Random, but like it's all like coming together. It shows that like her life is like a full circle moment. I almost feel like this would have served as a really good finale. So Chad teams up with Zora, Grady, and Nico to find Tawny and make sure that this bomb does not go off. And it's kind of crazy seeing them team up, but I love stuff like that. That's when it gets really intense. And I like the pacing of this all. Like, we're getting so far out of the studio at this point, which is totally justified for a two-part special. Like, you have to raise the stakes, don't you? So they're on a plane trying to get to Wisconsin, Chad's private plane, and this is really cool because I like seeing them actually advocate for their friend Sonny. Like, it feels like a heroic chase to this Wisconsin fair. I like that that's going. We learned that Penelope is actually driving the plane and that all along she was the one that framed Sonny for all these things that made her seem like a bad person. And wow, this is kind of intense. We actually see all the moments that she rigged in the first part, and it does such a good job at like being a full circle moment that's like, of course it's her. So then finally, the Tween Weekly reporter is the first one to the homecoming ceremony in Wisconsin. You know, like they're about to shoot the cheese wheel and everything, and it's like, why is he going that far? Then Sonny and Tawny are pulled over, only to be interrupted by Nico, Grady, Zora, and Chad trying to save the day. Then the final scene, we're at Sonny's homecoming event with Vicky Sikowitz being the new MC. And Sonny just goes up to the mic trying to clear her name. And it works. The girl's Vicky Sikowitz actually comes out and says, yeah, it's not true. Like, I was just lying. And it's like, oh, okay. And it feels all like an episode of Mackenzie Falls. That's what I like the most about this special. Like, they make it so dramatic for no reason.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for these comfortable shoes.
Come on, let's go.
And the reporter's like, I knew this all along. So they come out on top by the end. Sonny puts the cheese ball into the cannon and it hits the reporter, having like a really satisfying ending when I'm just like, how did everybody get to Wisconsin and how is everybody gonna get home? That's my main concern. All around, it's so fun to have such a thrilling end to these episodes. If anything, I'm more worried about what I'm gonna do with the second half of these episodes from season 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, these episodes are truly some of my favorite across all kids television. Not only is the relationship between her and Chad something really rare that you see in TV comedies, because both of them are just like incredible actors, that and their chemistry work really well, and then seeing them taken to the next level with these external threats that come up in the Sonny with a Secret episode are just, it's such good television. I don't even know how to deal with it. I just like that they actually bring the comedy back into the show with Sonny and Tawny in the second special. All around, like, please check out this show if you haven't already, and if you want to catch up on my retrospectives, don't forget to check out Johnny 2000. I'm always covering 2000s movies, media, and so much more. So thank you guys for your ongoing support. Don't forget to check out Johnny Tunes, my cartoon channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.